For me, part of the fun of cooking is experimenting. Just taking things, putting them together, and seeing how they're gonna taste. Well, that's what I'm doing in this video because I need to make a meatloaf today, but I don't just want to do sort of the traditional adding the things that you might expect. So I just went into my pantry, found a few different items. We're gonna put those together. We're gonna make a nice meatloaf, smoke it up out on the Weber Kettle, and see what we get at the end of the day. So we're starting with the base here, and that is about 3 pounds of an 80-20 ground beef. To this, I'm gonna add 3 ounces of sun-dried tomatoes. These are a julienne cut sun-dried tomatoes. One of the things I found in my pantry, wanna use it. Now, if you want smaller pieces, go ahead and cut these up, but I kinda like that large, chunky sun-dried tomato and things. So it's whatever you wanna do, whatever personal preference you have. Next, I'm adding probably 4 good tablespoons of an artichoke bruschetta, however you pronounce it. This is in a jar. I found this in my pantry too, and I think it's gonna taste good in here. Go with like, I don't know, 3 heaping tablespoons, which is probably more like 4. I'm also gonna add about 1/2 cup of Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Now I can always add more if I need to, but we're gonna start with this. And 2 eggs that have been beaten. Now it's time to get in here, mix this all together. When I start, I like to use sort of this twisting motion because it seems to incorporate everything pretty well. I'm gonna make sure we get the bottom turned up to the top here. Really especially want to distribute those sun-dried tomatoes in here. One of the things I really like about meatloaf is you can totally customize it the way you like. Different flavors, different toppings. One of the other things here is we're gonna glaze this with something else I found in my pantry. It's like a tomato spread. So it's not a barbecue sauce or a ketchup, it's got some other things in it which I think are gonna be interesting. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and form this and get it ready to go on the grill. So I've got a rimmed baking sheet here, a small one with a piece of foil in it, and this piece of foil I've just folded over. So this is gonna be our base, not the tray, the foil. The meatloaf mound is gonna rest on this on the grill because I don't wanna contain the grease. I want it to drip off so there's not excess grease just sitting there. But I also want some sort of support underneath it so the loose meat at the beginning doesn't just fall through the grill grates. So I'm just gonna take our mountain of meatloaf here and form it into the traditional meatloaf. Get those sides formed. Just get it roughly the same thickness throughout. All right, that looks good. Now we're not putting that tomato glaze on it right now. We're gonna let this get a little closer to being done before we glaze the surface. So let's get it out to the Weber Kettle. All right, the Weber Kettle is up to temp. I'm going for between 250 and 300 degrees today on the kettle temp, and I'm just using the lid thermometer because it's not directly over any coals today. I have the 2 briquette baskets on the side, and the lid thermometer and the vent are gonna be running along the center where that meatloaf's gonna sit. So let's get our meatloaf on. Get my internal temperature probe in here. Let's go dead center, we'll hope for that. That's looking good, reading about 39 degrees, which is what it should be. It's darn cold, just came out of the refrigerator. All right, now I want to get a piece of post oak on here for a little smoke today. All right, let's get our lid on, get smoking. Now I have both my upper and lower vents today set at about 2/3 open, and I'll adjust those vents as necessary to maintain that 250 to 300. Ultimate internal temperature that I'm gonna pull this at today is 160. I do wanna get this to 165 with this ground meat and all the things I added to it. So 160, it'll rise to that 165 after I pull it. But at about 130 or 140, somewhere in that range, that's when we're gonna glaze it with that tomato spread. And if I need to add more fuel today to maintain that temperature, I'll go ahead and do that, not a big deal. So I'll see you back here when we get close to that temperature to glaze, and we'll see how our meatloaf's doing. All right, we are at 100 degrees internal, And I just want to mention that I forgot to season the outside of this inside. So about 15 minutes into the cook, came out, put some Chop House beef rub from Mad Moose Barbecue on it. And now we're still a little bit short of glazing it, but I want to slide it off that foil so it gets a little bit more contact with the grate. The meat should have solidified into more of a mass right now. That is looking really nice. So I'm just going to release it from the foil. Just slide it off. Put that grease drip down into my water pan. All right, let's get our lid back on and let it finish to that 130, 140 before we glaze it. All right, we're at about 133 degrees right now, internal, and I'm ready to glaze this meatloaf. So I just want to spoon some of this sweet and spicy tomato spread on here. And I'm gonna brush it. You can see it's got chunks of tomato in there. Meatloaf's looking really good and smelling great. Yeah, it's gonna make my grate messy, but it's worth it. Definitely worth it. All right, let's get our lid on and let this finish to 160. All right, we just hit 160 internal. The kettle's been holding really steady, right around 300 degrees. Let's take a look, but if it's at 160 internal, I'm ready to take this off here. Oh, look at that. I don't think I could ask for a prettier meatloaf. All right, I'm gonna get this off here, get it inside, let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna have a taste. So here it is, our finished meatloaf, the kind of experiment, throwing in things that were in my pantry. I kind of think a good name for this would be the What I Got meatloaf. I used what I've got, you know, just things laying around. I think it's gonna taste pretty good, especially with that sweet and spicy tomato glaze on it. Let's see, let's cut in. Right in the center here. Oh, look at that. You can see all those pieces of sun-dried tomatoes in there. Let's cut a slice of this. Oh yeah, just look at that. You can see all the nice pieces in there. And again, if you want smaller pieces, you could definitely chop this up, but that looks good to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and plate this piece because it's time to taste. Let's give it a try. Oh, that is good. Really nice and moist in there, did not dry out. I know sometimes people, when you think of cooking something to 160, 165, even ground meat, it can tend to dry out. But when you're doing something like this a little lower, a little slower on the kettle, we're not going at 350 or 400 in the oven. It was 250 to 300, closer to 300 most of the time. I just find it has less of a tendency to dry out. Now you could definitely cook this to a lower temperature if you like your meatloaf at, 150 or something like that. But when I'm adding all those other ingredients to ground meat, I tend to like to take it to that 165-ish safe temperature. And I don't think we lost anything in this. That tomato glaze is great on the outside, but those sun-dried tomatoes inside are really nice. And the bruschetta brought a lot of internal flavor. We didn't add any salt, pepper, anything in the inside. And I basically forgot to season the outside until we were 15 minutes into the cook. This is incredibly packed with flavor. Total cook time on this was 1 hour and 15 minutes with about a 10 to 15 minute rest afterwards. And I think that was just about perfect with this. So if you've got some ground beef and you want to make meatloaf, but you really don't know what to do with it, take a look in your pantry, see what seasoning, see what ingredients you have, and don't be afraid to try some new things. You might just end up with something that tastes fantastic. And today, I honestly think I achieved that. This is really, really good meatloaf.